In his first 2 years as president, Medvedev fires 63% of the Kremlin's bureaucrats and 40% of the country's governors.
Deputy Director of Logistics, Sergeyev, dismissed. Head of Naval Aviation, Kuklov, dismissed.
Then he fires Yuri Luskov, Moscow mayor for almost 2 decades, whose wife has become the richest woman in Russia.
Instead of this archaic society in which the leaders think and decide for everyone, we will become a society of clever, free, and responsible people.
Medvedev's goal is a dynamic, high-tech Russia with a world-class education system. And, he says, that requires genuine democracy and equal justice under the law. Music to Western ears, but not to Putin's.
We are different people. Mr. Medvedev judged the time was right to take steps to make our public life more open and democratic. That was his right as head of state.
Putin's PR machine goes into overdrive to remind the Russian public who they might rather have in charge. For Putin, these stunts come naturally. He is consistently 5 to 10% ahead in the polls and takes every opportunity to demonstrate the virtue of his firm leadership.
Если собственники договориться между собой не смогут, то единый комплекс все равно будет восстановлен. В том или в другом виде, то это будет сделано без вас. Пожалуйста.
Only Putin can bully a billionaire oligarch like Oleg Deripaska into reopening a factory like this.
Подписали этот договор? Да. Владимир Владимирович подписал? Я не вижу уже подписи. Пишите. Идите. Вот договор.
Medvedev just can't compete. In September of 2011, he bows to the inevitable.
The Congress should support the candidacy of Vladimir Putin to be president of Russia. This applause means I don't have to explain the experience and authority of Vladimir Putin.
Putin would move back to the Kremlin as president, and Medvedev would become his prime minister. But for the first time in a decade, support for Putin's managed democracy starts to slip away. Years earlier, Putin's firm leadership appealed to a country that had failed to recover from the collapse of communism.
We'll hit them wherever they are.
He repaired much of the damage, but undermined democracy and the rule of law.
We're not going to try to invent a special Russian democracy.
The West learned to tread carefully around him.
Once I take up a job, I do my best to complete it.
Now, on March 4th, the Russian public will decide whether Putin serves an unprecedented third term as president. If he remains in power, opposition to his rule is likely to grow, and accusations that the U.S. helped foment it impact Russia's relations with the West